And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup in the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa in the Mighty 1090 studios with the one and only Captain Dave Hansen from your Saltwater Guide, a legendary. Shall we call him legendary?
Sure.
Legendary fisherman here. And so, I mean, he told his story, you know, sitting under his dad's desk at the pier in San Clemente. I'd call that a legend.
Got a couple hours logged into it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, didn't have long. He didn't have to qualify for that 720 hours or days on the sea for too long. It took. You probably had that before you were 12 years old.
Probably.
Yeah, indeed. Great show today and a great prize.
You're not kidding, man. We're just having all kinds of fun, talking fishing and talking some great information in between the BS, too, and having a lot of fun doing it. If you want to be a part of the show this morning, talk to Dave. It's a great opportunity to talk to somebody that's out there absolutely every day to get your questions answered. Call us, 858-457-1090. That's our local number. Or the toll-free one is 877-792-1090. Again, 877-792-1090. Not only is Dave in here answering your questions, but brought us just an awesome prize thanks to the guys up at Akuma and Dave for making that all happen. A brand new combo for somebody, and it's an Akuma Komodo reel, a great level line, low profile style reel, and a Shadow Stalker rod. So a really cool rod you can go out and catch your calico bass with. And again, I want to thank Dave and all the guys at Akuma for making that happen.
There you go. Hey, so there's some guy named Don Hansen. Don Hansen. You know him?
Yeah, we go back a little bit.
Yeah, you go back a little bit. Good morning, Don.
Hi, Don.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to let you know that is my son.
It is. Okay, we weren't sure.
Not a lot of people would admit that.
Yeah,
you know, they're good on you.
Yeah, well, I was afraid to admit it, but I will. Before I go any further, though, I want to thank you and Pete and you and Rick there for all the help. We don't know exactly the numbers yet, but last year will probably be the best year we've ever had in business, and I've been in business for a couple of weeks now, so
yeah,
it was a fantastic year, and without you guys' help, and you know, everything works together like David said earlier. It's just everybody works together and it works fine. So
well, thank you for your support, and we're very proud of you. Dana Wharf has just come to new levels. I mean, it's just it always has been and always will be one of the finest on the coast.
Thank you for those remarks. The funny part you said about the Sum Fun. We built it in 1960, and I ran it off the pier until we got to the harbor. But we built the whole boat, electronics, engines, and everything for less than $50,000.
Oh my!
The last shipyard bill was close to $200,000. So.
Oh, isn't that something?
So I mean, that's just what it is. That's what it is. And so
yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to call in and say. Thank you again, and part that Rick said about the BS, I'll sit back down and listen to the rest of it. So,
yeah. You know, Don, I want to also throw out that this guy, Don's, you're what, 80 something?
I'm 82.
82. You're still working it, and I commend you for that, man. You're amazing. You sit on the PFMC. You help us keep our fisheries alive and vibrant here in Southern California. You work hard for the angler, and you don't have to do that anymore, but you do it because you have a passion for it, right?
Yeah, thank you very much for those kind words. Yeah, I think this will be probably my last year. Roger Thomas, interesting, Bill Knott had the job first on Pacific Fishery Management Council. He went to the first meeting and said, why? And you can have it, Don. So I've had it for 40 years, and anyway, we're celebrating our 40th anniversary of the Magnuson-Stevens Act, which gave us the rights to keep people out at 200 miles inshore here. So a lot of things have happened, a lot of things have changed, a lot of things are going on with the HMS and CPS and salmon. And it's interesting. It's always something new and different every day. That's why the excitement part about it is, and that part I like. I try to keep the ocean open for everybody to catch fish.
Yeah, and I understand that there's some guy named Captain Bob Fletcher that may be looking for to help you out there.
Yeah, Bob, and I asked him, I talk to him quite often, as you probably know, but I asked him if he's lost his ever-loving mind, but and then I thought maybe he didn't have one, so. But anyway, he's applied to go back on the Pacific Fishery Management Council to take Dan Wolford's seat. Dan Wolford is a large seat out of San Francisco, and Bob is trying to get the seat now, and so anybody has any thoughts and letters and comments, ship them off to the governor's office in Sacramento to get his name on the top of the list to go to Washington, D.C. It's decided at Washington, D.C. at the head of NOAA's level when it finally comes out. But the names on the list are very important now. They go to the D.C., and I have been there forever, and I'm time to get off.
Well, I can't think of a better guy to fill some big shoes than Captain
shoes.
Bob Fletcher there. I mean, that guy has been there, done that, and he would do a fantastic job. So let's hope that all of our anglers out there listening support him.
And it sure wouldn't hurt that he's got you on speed dial.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks again, guys. Have a good show.
Thanks
all
for
right,
everything,
Don.
Don.
Happy New Year to you. Appreciate the call this morning. That's pretty awesome.
That's way awesome.
that guy's.
Yeah, he
beyond
decided to do it
legendary.
one more year. He's
Yeah.
going to retire, and he's going to stay on for one more year. So you guys ought to be all happy about that.
And just like you said, Don doesn't need to do that. You know, I mean, he's doing that for us, for all of us. You know, to get to keep fishing, and you know, how important is it to have a guy that's been sport fishing, you know, forever to do that for them. It's just awesome, and I'm glad you said it because I feel the same. Thanks, Don.
You bet he is. You're lucky to have a dad like that.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Hey, let's go ahead and jump into the phone.
Every single phone line is packed up. We're starting off with Dan, calling us from San Diego. Hi, Dan. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys, and Happy New Year.
You too, Dan.
You.
Hey, I've got a question for the captain there. Two questions. Number one, I don't have a boat, so can I go on yours? And number two, I've got a bunch of friends who do have boats, and you do come down to San Diego, right?
Yeah, I go anywhere. It doesn't matter. I'm all over the place. What I was going to say earlier was I'm the only guy that's out of a different harbor every day. I'm out of Newport one day, out of Marina del Rey the next day, then I might take a boat to San Francisco for a week, then I'll be in Cabo the next week, then I'll be in Mazatlan, then I'll be back over at Catalina. I'm in a different harbor every day.
Awesome.
And then the next question, the other question, the first one that you said, yeah, I have a boat. I have a 65-foot Hatteras that I run out of Dana Point, and we do charters on that. It's kind of a higher-end type of deal, but, yeah, I can get you and your buddies out on there. My number, we'll be talking about it throughout the show. It's 949-374-0786. You can call me. I'll help you in whatever way I can, or I'll get you out on one of my other buddies' boats. I know pretty much everybody that's in this business, so I can get you wherever you need to go. I can help you, whatever level.
He was saying that he has buddies with boats. You'd go out and help them out, too. You'd run the boat, show them how to use electronics, go to the fishing spots, all that kind of stuff.
Whatever level you want, that's where I meet you.
What a cool thing to do, too, if you got a buddy and you fish on his boat and you guys go casually on the weekends. What a cool thing to do as the buddy that usually goes on split fuels to, you know, hire Dave for the weekend and just, hey, man, you know, thanks for letting me use the boat. Here's somebody that's going to help us both out and show us a little something and help us drive and help us dock and help us catch some fish. And what a cool thing to do as the guy that gets to ride along for your buddy.
Yeah, no
awesome.
doubt about it, man.
Secure your seat for the future.
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right. How about next up we talk to Bruce. He's calling from Temecula. Hi, Bruce. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, Pete, Rick, and Dave.
Hi,
what a
Bruce.
pleasure. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey, you know, Dave, it is, and I said it's such a pleasure because it is. You tell it like it is, brother. Praise God.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
I was listening intently when he said, yeah, we don't go out there and fish to leave them out there. We want blood on the decks.
Yeah, I get in trouble a lot for saying that kill word, but that's kind of what we do.
Well, you didn't say it, though. You spelled it out. So, you know, good for you. Hey, couple of questions. By the way, your website is rad.
Thank you.
Everybody should be going to yoursaltwaterguide.com, and I'm not doing that to be nice or kiss your fanny, but
all right,
it's cool, man.
Thank you.
And not only that, but you talk a little bit about the Let's Talk Hookup, so got to love that, you know?
Yeah.
Here's the two questions. Question number, they're not related whatsoever, so write it down if you need to. I have a lot of guys that are friends of mine in Cabo that could probably use your services, so if you could just explain time and trouble and expense, that would be really cool. And then the second question is, if I'm going to spend my money on a transducer or a sounder, where should I spend the bulk of my dough?
A couple of great questions.
Okay. First question. If I was to go wherever I'm going, I charge whatever it costs to get to wherever I'm going, and then for the daily rate, it's $600 for the day. And you guys give up way before I do. My guys are always like, all right, it's time to go, and I go, let's just one more. I've never caught enough.
Come on,
one more. We run out of bait or run out of light. That's usually when I give up. And then I can bring everything or I can bring nothing. I'm sponsored by everybody, so I can bring all the rods, all the reels, all the line, all the hooks, all the lures. I can bring everything, or I can bring absolutely nothing and just show up and show you guys how to use what you have. And I meet you at whatever, like your buddies in car, whatever level that you guys want on your boat. I can be the deckhand. I can be the captain. I can be the angler. I can be whatever level. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not got this giant ego that I'm Captain Dave and I drive and that's it. You can ask all my clients or read on the website. I go with you on your boat and do whatever you tell me to do. I just want to go and see you catch more fish than you've ever caught before. That's all. I just want to go with you on your boat. I just want to come with you and show you how to do it. Or even if you know how to do it, how cool would it be to have a guy come out and say you're doing it right? You know, I just meet you at whatever level. I mean, you don't know if you're doing it right or you're doing it wrong until somebody comes out and tells you are. Right. So I meet you at whatever level.
And maybe you're doing it right, but you pick up a couple of tips to help you do it even more right, or make it easier, or make it faster, make it cleaner, whatever.
Exactly. And then as far as the electronic things goes, the mounting of that transducer, I don't care how much you spend on it if you don't mount it proper, and that's what you want to do. You want to find somebody in your area that's an expert on mounting the transducer. And you can find out, go to Bloody Decks and just look around on the classified, talk to the people on there, find out who's the guy. Up in my area, up in Newport, I can give you the number. You can call me. I can give you the guy that does all my guys. But I don't know where you're at if he doesn't go to San Diego. And so whatever level that is you want to do, it's all about mounting. It doesn't matter if you have the greatest photometer in the world. If you don't have the transducer mounted right, it doesn't matter.
Now,
so
he was asking a question about where are you going to spend the money?
Right.
In the electronics or in the transducer itself?
The mounting of the transducer.
The mounting of the transducer.
Yeah, that's
okay,
crucial.
That's where you
that is crucial.
Okay.
And then if you have some extra money laying around, then you want to get like Pete was talking about the Simrad or the Ferruna. One of those two is going to be the best, and everything else falls in underneath that. And I'm sorry for all the other companies that are listening. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do your thing better.
Yeah. Good one. Thanks, Bruce, for the call. Happy New Year to you.
All right. How about...
Sorry. There I got myself in trouble
sorry,
again.
Man.
I'm in trouble.
Don't be sorry.
Dang it.
It's just Dave Hansen.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Kenny from UTC, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. What's up, Kenny? Good morning. Yo, Kenny.
Yo, Kenny. He's singing away there.
I don't think I ever remember that happening before.
He's like, what is he, singing in the shower?
All right, Kenny.
Is that what's happening
That's the first time for everything on that. Well, how about we jump back and we talk to John calling from Anaheim Hills. What's up, John? Wow.
That was cool.
That was a different one. What's up, John?
Hey, Pete, Rock, and Dave. How you doing?
Great, man. Good morning.
I have a question and a suggestion.
All right.
Do you want the first one last or the last one first?
You get to decide on that one.
I'm still cracking up on the song here, so go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave, when you go to Catalina after bugs, if you didn't have an ace line hauler or something, how deep would you pull?
Well, that's what I was just talking to Pete about. I am 20-foot of water guy. That's where I go. I drive a 65-foot Hatteras. I put it in 20 feet of water. We pull in 20 feet of water. When they go to the deep water, as you've watched throughout this season so far, you don't see a lot of reports from Dave Hansen lobster fishing because I'm not fishing deep. I'm waiting until they move into the shallows. It always gets better at the end of the season. I don't care who you are or what you do. I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, hoorah, the beginning of the season. I'm not going to take anything away from all the guys that are making a living doing it. But the end of the season's way better. They get in the shallow water. I don't have an ace hauler. I don't have any of that fancy pulling stuff. We use our hands. And well, I don't pull. I think I've pulled 5 hoop nets in the last 15 years, but guys.
But if you're pulling yourself, you'd be better off with the late.
Oh, you got to have the puller. You got to have all that stuff. But my guys are involved in the whole art of the pulling up. Yeah. They pull by hand.
That's the thing about it. It's not just the lobster. It's the experience.
It's all about being there. And everything that comes up in the net. You get octopus and swell sharks and horn sharks and moray eels, and it's just cool when the hoop net comes over. I always have to call my deckhands down and go, hey, Just because it's dumb to you, it's cool. They've never seen this before. Yeah. Slow it down. Let's lay it on the deck. Let's everybody look at the moray eel. Let's everybody look at the octopus. Let's play with the stuff. I mean, I'm sorry. I just bring it to a level where everything's exciting.
Wait, stop. You play with the moray eel?
I hate those things, man.
Yeah, we put them in a bucket. We poke them with the bait scoop, let them chew on it so they can hear the power of their mouth. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I want to get rid of those things as fast as they come on the boat.
There's very few. I don't worry about whatever, but those things give me the heebie-jeebies, man. I don't like those eels squirting around the boat, man.
Yeah,
I remember
but that's kind of part of the fun, especially.
Totally, it is. Absolutely, it is.
All that stuff.
All that cool stuff.
But you were talking about approaching on a big boat because I was talking about how do you hoop on a 65-foot vessel?
Good question. All right, we always do it from the stern, but I do it on your small boat from the stern. I've just learned over the years it's so much easier to approach everything off the back of the boat because the back of the boat's where the propellers are. Mm-hmm. So that way I have total control over when the props are going to touch that rope if they are going to touch it. I have a big spotlight. I light up the buoy. I look at which way the apex of the buoys land, and that'll tell me which way the rope's coming off of it. I'll get downwind or down swell or down current of that so that I'm approaching where there's no slack rope, just the buoy. I'll get the buoy. The moment my deckhand or one of my guys says, I got it, and I always say, tell me when you have it in the gaff or you have it in the boat hook. The moment you get it, I kick the boat forward a tiny bit, just enough to keep it headed forward so it's not going back on the rope because you don't want to get it caught in your propeller, especially when you're fishing in 20 feet of water. It's kind of crucial to not let the boat drift onto the beach.
No, it's a good idea.
Yeah, because then they'd be all over the internet telling me I beached their boat. That would be terrible.
That wouldn't be good.
No, that's probably not good to be on the beach. So that's what, always approach from the stern and always be in control and know where that line's headed so that you don't. I've found when you drive over it from bringing it down the side, a lot of times you run over it and get it caught in the propeller. Yeah. So
good advice.
Stern is the best.
Good advice. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. I want to remind you, once again, it's a big event coming up at the end of the month, January 30th. It's Flyby. It's the Southwest Council International Federation of Fly Fishers. It's a great event. We talked about it yesterday. They're going to have fly tying. They're going to have a garage sale, casting clinics, raffle and silent auction. It's all $15, but if you bring any sellable item, $40 or more to donate to the garage sale, you get in free, plus you get free lunch. So that's Flyby 2016, January 30th at the Long Beach Casting Club, and it's 9 to 4 p.m. So mark your calendar. Don't miss it.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of this great info and more of your phone calls and more of your saltwater guide. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Inland Boat Center is the destination for your next boat. They've been around 35 years, so they're here to stay with something for everyone. Inland Boat Center has a giant inventory of all types of boats, including the perfect saltwater fishing boats made by Arima and Defiance. Inland Boat Center has a huge 2.5-acre indoor showroom with over 300 new and pre-owned boats, making them the largest boat store on the West Coast. Family-owned and operated, they are proud of their customer service. They take trades of all types. Come check out their inventory of Defiance boats from 20 to 29 feet, or the fantastic selection of the amazing Arima boats from 17 to 21 feet. Inland Boat Center has a full service department, fiberglass repair and upholstery department. Everything you need is under one roof at Inland Boat Center, 681 East San Jacinto in Paris. Check the website for the current inventory and more at inlandboatcenter.com. If you've heard the advice Scott Sherman from Fifth Avenue Insurance has given anglers over the past couple of years, you know there is much more to your boat insurance than just a low rate. Well, Fifth Avenue Insurance can not only find you the lowest rates on your boat insurance, they also make sure the coverage you get meets all your needs. What if you had an accident with the boat and found out you didn't have proper coverage? Well, that just won't happen when you insure with Fifth Avenue Insurance. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Fifth Avenue Insurance, 619-640-3130, or check the number 5 THAVEINS.com.
Have you checked out the giant Fast Lane kayaks in Mission Bay yet? It's hard to miss, right in the middle of Dana Landing, across from SeaWorld in Mission Bay. This massive 5,500 square foot location is loaded with Hobie Mirage Drive kayaks and all the accessories. They also have a great selection of Hobie clothing, stand-up paddle boards, paddles, and more. Check out the new model Hobie kayaks arriving daily and see the great deals on previous year's models. Even test a kayak or stand-up paddleboard right out their back door on Mission Bay. When it comes to Hobie kayaks, no one does it better than the crew at Fast Lane Kayaks at Dana Landing across from SeaWorld in Mission Bay. Check FastLaneSailing.com.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
Rancho Leonero is very family-oriented. People have brought their children down, and now they're bringing their children. It's not unusual to have 3 generations of family at the hotel. Grandpa, Dad, and normally sons, sometimes daughters. The families come back year after year, and it's a safe place for the kids. It's small, it's intimate, right on the water, 2 miles of beachfront. The water's very shallow in front. There's no currents to speak of, no waves. We have childcare, $10 a day for a babysitter. Security is high at Rancho Leonero. It's really unnecessary, but it adds up comfort level. And we really do encourage the families. It's a great place for family reunions, family get-togethers, weddings. We do it all. 1-800-646-2252, 646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. There's nowhere that I could think of to have the same atmosphere and the same experience that you get at Rancho Leonero. We love families.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Captain Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide, is here. Phones are packed. They want to talk to Dave, so let's just jump in.
Dude, sounds good to me, man. Well, keep it rolling. Tony, Kensington, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Tony, thanks for hanging in there with us.
Tony, how are you, Tony?
Yes, I have an idea. I just came back from Portland and Seattle, and I just love roaming all the docks up there, commercial docks. And there were several vessels there for sale. And they're really stoutly built, as you probably know. You know, they're really can take the weather nice and wide. And I thought, they're not too expensive, but I'd love to grab one of those and make it my daily driver, you know, for going fishing here. And, I was just thinking about your thoughts of, doing something like that. What do you think? You know, like a 35, 40-footer?
So buying a commercial boat and making it your recreational pleasure boat.
Yes, that's correct.
Dave?
Sounds like a great idea. You have to look at the boat and see what it offers and how much it's going to take to get it ready to fish in Southern California with the bait systems and the rails and all the different things you're going to need. But if you get it for the right price and it's a diesel, I'd go for it.
I'd say the one thing that you really need to weigh out in your decision with that is you nailed it. A boat that's built for fishing up there, you know, their ocean is a lot more angry than ours is down here. And there's no question that a commercial boat up there is more than likely going to provide a good ride and a stable platform. But when you're commercial fishing, you're lesser concerned with flying out to the grounds and flying back home again. So you need to make sure that you're okay with going out at 7 to 10 knots. Or, you know, I mean, and that doesn't mean that that's what every boat travels at, but, you know, a guy that's making his living doing it, it needs to be efficiency, needs to happen over convenience. You know, so most of those boats that are tied up in a commercial thing, they're, you know, one motor pushing the boat at a very efficient speed so a guy can make his money, not put it all into the fuel. Well, you know, and you worked hard all weekend and you want to go blast out to the tuna grounds, you worked at something else so you could afford to blast out at 25 knots or 30 knots and then drive home again. So that's one of the biggest downfalls if you were going to make a retired commercial boat into your sport fishing boat is you need to make sure that you're okay with going at that, slower speeds.
Yeah, and that's key for Southern California. You want to go somewhere, you got to go distance, right? So it depends on how much time you have.
Yeah, and
right?
and if you're good with that, then man, what a cool platform to start with, other than something that's big and stable and built for doing. I mean, those boats are made for doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
And if you can get it at the right price, and then put a killer bait system and put a rad electron, I mean, well, you'd have a rad little rig.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning, Tony.
How about next up we talk to Jim. He's calling us from Newport this morning. Hi, Jim. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hello, gentlemen. Every time Dave has been on your phone over the years, I've been meaning to call and see if you can solve a mystery. Back in the San Clemente Pier days, we used to take the sump fun on the half-day trip. I think we paid $4. I was probably 10 or 12 years old. And one day, you remember they stored the little skiffs at the foot of the pier.
Right.
And one day, somebody was nice enough to take me out on that skiff while somebody, maybe it was you, Dave, put a scuba tank, the little boiler north of the pier, put a scuba tank on, went down, got a few abs and a few bugs, summer crabs maybe.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out who the heck that might have been.
Chuck Kimnitz or his brother, Jackie. Either Chucky or Jackie, I'll bet you.
Yeah, or they worked on the pier with your dad?
Yeah, and they had a boat. Their dad had a boat in that little boathouse on the end of the pier, and they were way into that.
That's pretty cool.
That might be who it is, Chucky or Jackie.
I used to rent skiffs up there.
No, you had your.
But I thought that was as exciting as you could get.
Yeah, I'll bet,
kidding.
man. Especially as a kid. That's awesome, Jim.
Good memory. Hey, Jim, thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right. How about next up we talk to Lou, who's calling from Fullerton. Hi, Lou. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning, Lou.
Hey, Happy New Year's, guys.
You too, Lou.
Got a question for Dave, but hey, Dave, this is Lou from Smart City, Anaheim. Long time no see, except for Long Beach.
Yeah, how are you, Lou? Good to hear from you.
Just fine, brother. Hey, what seminars are you going to be doing this year?
Well, I was talking to Mike Lum a couple months ago. I guess I'll be back at the Fred Hall show again, so I'll be doing that there. And I do a lot of speaking at the Oceanside Angling Club. I haven't done anything up there at the Long Beach Angling Club for a while, but you need to get in there and tell them. They need to have me get it back in there.
Yeah.
So, but I'll be at that Fred Hall show, I'm sure, at least speaking once a day, if not twice like last year. But I'll be there.
Both Long Beach and Del Mar?
Right.
Hard to believe we're not that far away from Fred Hall.
No, March.
Oh, man, it's around the
Less
corner.
than 3 months.
Yeah, it's getting
Less
real
than
close.
3 months. I'll be laying carpet. I'll see Rick driving his truck through the... Every year I lay the carpet for the Akuma booth, so we'll be there.
Okay, brother. I'll see you on moving day.
All right, Lou.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Lou,
buddy.
Thanks a lot. Of course, Lou always does the phones there, so we'll see Lou too, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Every time somebody puts in our phone system, it's not Lou, we always go, what's the deal, man? What's going on? Where's Lou at?
Yeah. You'll be there, right, Lou?
We'll take care of you guys. You know that.
Always
right.
do. Thanks,
All
Lou.
right,
See you at the convention center.
All right, how about we jump back into him and talk to Roger? He's calling from Fullerton this morning. What's up, Roger? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning. God, it's hard to follow Lou in Fullerton, but
Yeah.
I'll try. Yeah, I'm one of the guys that can remember jumping off that pier on that Some Fun. It was quite an adventure years ago. I've got a question for you, Dave. When you take a day off, do you go fishing?
Yep.
Another
all I do is I go fishing. On my day off, I go fishing.
Well,
on my
you hear him when
vacation,
he
I
says
go
he takes
fishing.
Kelly and his wife out fishing.
Yeah, Kelly and I, we fish as much as we possibly can on my days off, because what happens is Kelly gets to hear about what's going on all week, and then she's all bummed because she loves to fish almost as much as I do. So as soon as Dave gets a day off, if I don't take her fishing, there's a problem at the house. We got to get back out and go fishing. But I love it. I love fishing. I mean, like you guys love to go golfing after you're done working all week. I just love to go fishing because when I'm out working all day, I don't get to fish.
Yeah.
I'm out there watching you guys fish, and so I want to fish. I want to fish. I want to fish all the time. I'll fly fish. I'll saltwater fish, freshwater fish. I don't care. I just want to fish.
What's your favorite? You obviously fished
Calico
offshore,
bass.
fished inshore.
I would rather fish calico bass than anything on the planet. And
Happy
I think
New Year, guys. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks a lot, Roger. Appreciate the call this morning.
Calico bass on a swim bait? What are you doing?
Bait.
What's your favorite
Bait.
thing in the world?
I think anybody can catch them on swim bait. That's easy. All you got if you know how to cast, you can catch them on swim bait. It's not that difficult. But what's difficult is throwing a 1.5 pound mackerel into the boiler rock on the heavy line, getting bit on a calico right in his house where he didn't chase it out to eat it like they do on the plastics. You have to throw the bait in his house. He eats it in his house. Now you have to get him out of the rock. I think that's talent. I mean,
challenge.
That plastic fishing with the I call it plastic, but fishing with the rubber is like what we used to call it. That's a great way to do it, but you got to make a gazillion cast, and the fish is already headed to the boat when he bites it. So I don't see that. I know I'm not taking anything away from you, Decker. It's cool, but I don't see the challenge in it. I think it's way more challenging to fish with bait, but that's just me.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Decker and Benny Florentino,
my buddies,
and Afrin and Corey Sandin. You want to mark your calendar for the 16th of January because at Dana Landing in Mission Bay, they're having the big sale and the big pre-Bay Bass seminar, and then they're at 10 o'clock right afterwards is going to be a panel discussion. I'm going to MC it.
Wow.
10 o'clock with all those guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
All those guys.
There's some entertainment.
So,
right
and
there.
it's free. And it's going to be hosted at Fastline. I know Fastline's going to have a bunch of stuff on sale, too. They're going to have all their kayaks on demo in the water. You can try that Pro Angler, the whole deal. And I know that Dana Landing in Mission Bay is going to have some phenomenal deals.
If you weren't there for that sale they did last year, that was awesome. And, it's one of those things that Bay Bass tournament in San Diego, that's like kind of the kickoff, and it's one of the best times that you sell that kind of stuff. When you sell war baits and you sell MC swim baits, that's the time of year that you don't need to discount them because they're going to go on their own. And those guys offered huge discounts last year. So if you're looking to stock up, add baits either for the season or especially if you're going to fish that big bay tournament, that sale that Dana did last year was awesome.
Yeah. So it's a week from next Saturday, the 16th. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a phenomenal event, and you can save a lot of money and learn a lot from those guys, even if you don't want to fish. If you don't want to fish a mackerel in the
right,
and
it's entertaining. Every time Decker opens his mouth, it's very entertaining.
All of those guys, man.
Right.
It's the wealth of knowledge, and it's free. So how do you beat that?
You can't.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the phone.
You got it, man. Sam in Irvine, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. What's up, Sam?
Good morning. Hey, I have a question on your scheduling. I was on your website looking for a schedule. How would you schedule a time? Like, say you wanted to go white sea bass fishing and find out what the hours that you would fish that and things like that.
Well, here's the deal. Do you have a boat?
Yes,
Okay. What I try to do is teach you how to fish right now on your boat. And we don't want to go when they're biting because anybody can catch them when they're biting. That's not difficult. I want to teach you how to fish on your boat all the time so that when they are biting, you know how to catch them. So you want to go out and learn how to do it now. As soon as, say, April comes, you can forget about it. I'm booked every single day. Right now is a good time of the year to get out on your boat, learn how to use all the electronics, learn how to use all that, get confident, learn the spots, because what I do is I fill your GPS up with spots also. I'm not afraid to give away the spots where we're catching fish every day. I want you to go there and catch fish. So I just fill up your GPS, teach you how to use your electronics, see what your conditions you're looking for, so when they are biting, you learn how to catch them. Does that help?
So yeah, are you saying you're booked up through the year already and that now's the time if you want to get out there?
Nope. What you can do is call me on my cell phone. I don't have a schedule on there, and I don't have pricing on there. I just kind of run everything through my telephone. You can just call me, and you will chit-chat on my drive back up to Orange County today. You can call me when we get off the radio here, and I'll be more than happy to steer you in whatever direction, answer all your questions, tell you my availability, and we can talk all you want.
Probably be in his car about 9:05.
Roger.
What's the number?
949-374-0786, and call me, seriously.
All right, Sam.
Okay.
Happy New Year,
Sam.
Thanks for listening to the call. Hey, look who's on the line, Captain Mark Gillette from the Eclipse and Commander. Good morning, Drazer.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going? Sounds like I'm going to go fishing with Dave Hansen here.
You should.
Morning, Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Fill up that GPS of mine. I'd appreciate it, Dave.
Hey, no problem, man.
Well, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to call in and on behalf of myself and the Eclipse Sport Fishing family and welcome 2016 and Happy New Year to everybody out there. And let you know we're starting to run our call net trips here next week. Schedule has been up here for a couple months for January, February, and tomorrow will be the last day to get your early bird pricing on those trips, and then the prices will go up about another $20 to $25 a trip. We have day and a half and 2.5 day trip fishing call net and San Martin Island here this winter.
Wow. So you've got a special early bird price right now on the website?
Yeah, we do. We've had our schedule up here. You know, folks really wanted to book up, and the first couple trips are already booked up. One's already sold out. And like I said, what we're doing this year on our trips is hopefully get those things up and get them at a $20 to $25 discounted price if you book early, and then you know, a month before the trip, the cost of the trips goes up. So try to give folks an incentive to book a little early.
That's a great
awesome of
deal.
you guys, man. That's cool,
So
Mark.
just go to eclipsesportfishing.com.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
you
sir.
just look right online. All the details are on there, and you can book online too.
You can book right online on those open trips. And if you guys are looking to do a charter, either with us in the winter time here, or in the summertime, you can go ahead and give me a call at 619-518-8701 for both the Commander and the Eclipse.
And I can't stress enough, we've talked about it over and over and over again. If you're looking at a charter for next summer, book it now.
Yeah, man.
Book it right now, because you're gonna call me, or you're gonna call the show, man. You're gonna call us in May, and you're gonna go, man, I'm trying to get on a charter in August or July, and everybody's booked up. So you got to do it right now.
I would do it now. Our September on the Eclipse is almost completely sold out. So
right?
we're halfway full on August, and get some room in July. And if those albacore show up, everybody always shies away from July, but that bluefin tuna, if the guys really want a shot at it, really was best in May and June this last year.
Yep.
And now that we're able to fish in Mexican waters, hopefully a little bit earlier than that.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Don't be shy. We went to a NOAA meeting for our whale watching ordeal, and NOAA did say that they expect this warm water bubble to last through May here this year. So don't know what that means. I don't have a crystal ball, but
yeah.
I sure hope that's a good sign.
Not a bad thing.
Well, you got to look at all this tuna crab in the water. I mean, there's stuff to eat that. The stuff loves eating that, right? And they're around. So.
And that's true, Pete. Not only does it like to eat that red crab, but the flavor of the bluefin and the yellowtail that we had last year was just phenomenal. And I think it was because they're eating those little lobsters up.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we were having this discussion last night about. There's such biomass. You could get hundreds of pounds of this red crab. Has anybody ever taken it and cooked it up or made it into a stew or something? I mean, what does it taste like? I mean, has everybody?
I don't know that it has much flavor. I know that our guys on the boat did fry it up on the grill chop one night. So they didn't do it again, if that's any indication.
Yeah, it's like a little lobster. It looks like a little lobster. Right?
I've never had it, but I spent a lot of time, me and a buddy, convincing another buddy of ours that they made the best crab cakes, and that they should go down to Ocean Beach and gather them all up to make crab cakes out of them. And we were the most convincing you could ever. Like, what? Dude, of course, it's a crab. Like, and it's pelagic. They're clean. Like, that's just the ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, we spent a lot of time trying to convince them to do it, but I don't think it ever went down. So I got
all right.
nothing.
Well, if anybody has a red crab recipe, let me know.
I will tell you one thing that's along those lines that I thought was really cool, that I know that, I forget which boat it was, I think maybe Roy or somebody like that, they said when they find krill, that they would scoop up krill and put them in little Ziploc bags, and then he would throw a little handful of them into the little cup of noodles and top ramens in the morning. He said it was killer. So
that definitely has to be Roy.
Yeah, that's right. Like I said, I can't confirm that, but I'm sure that's who it would be.
Oh, okay, Mark. Well, if
Thanks,
somebody
Mark.
wants to book on the Eclipse or Commander, you want to take advantage of that early bird pricing. One more time, phone number and website.
Yeah, eclipsesportfishing.com. And then if you're looking for a charter on the Commander, going up to Long Beach Sport Fishing in March through July, or on the Eclipse any time of the year, 619-518-8701.
All right.
Thanks for having us on. Happy
New Year,
everybody.
Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
a lot. Those guys run such a good operation.
That's great boats, man.
Good job. Hey, let's go ahead and jump back into those jam-packed phone lines.
Harry in La Jolla, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Harry, good morning.
Well, Happy New Year, fellas.
You too, Harry.
Dave, heaven forbid you should ever give up on fishing. And if you do have a second career. You can be a comedian, a stand-up comedian. I have gone to a lot of your seminars, and they're just not only informative, but they are really playfully fun.
Thank you very much.
My question, Dave, is do you have a seminar schedule where you are actually talking? I know you've talked to us at the San Diego Anglers, and you've been over to the yacht clubs here in San Diego.
Do you post that on your website at all?
Yeah, if anybody asks me, I put it on Facebook right away, and then we talk about it on Fish Dope. But yeah, nobody's approached me yet this year, but I know we're only day 4, 3 or whatever, so it's going to be coming. So
yeah.
Well, I'll let you know, and it'll be posted on my website, and it'll be posted on Fish Dope.
And you
Bloody
talk
Decks.
about them here when you do.
Yeah, when I'm on Sunday morning, I always say I'm going to be over here, I'm going to be over there.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but what I've been told is it's a great seminar to bring your wife, your kids, because we talk about fishing, but it's just a ton of entertainment. It's a bunch of laughing and joking, and I always have a ton of stuff from my sponsors to give away, so you can fill up your bag with free stuff.
Perfect.
I'm not sure I'd take any children.
Come on. Oh, my goodness. Those jokes go over their heads.
There you go. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the call, Harry. Appreciate it.
All right. How about next up we talk to Bill, who's calling us from Rancho Penasquitos this morning. Hi, Bill. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Well, Happy New Year, guys.
You too, Bill.
First off, I'd like to say I love your webpage, but please put a picture of your guests on there.
Oh,
I'd like to know who I'm talking to.
At hookup1090.com?
Yeah, it just says guest page, and it just lists their names.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
Great idea.
Put a little face with the name.
Yeah, so if I'm at one of these events, I can go, oh, I remember you.
Yeah. Hey, I might add, while you're talking about hookup1090.com, on the guest page, we have next Saturday, we have a great guest, Captain Bruce Smith from the Fortune. Going to be a fantastic show. Sunday, we're keeping it a mystery, and I'm going to post it sometime this week on the guest page of hookup1090.com. We already know who it's going to be, but I'm just going to post it up as a surprise. So you check out our webpage, and then you'll know who it is. But I love that idea. That's a great idea.
Well, I have my question, too, so please.
Okay, let me add.
I'd like to ask you guys a question regarding bycatch. Fish and octopus, especially octopus, in the nets. Are you allowed to keep them?
Octopus.
That's a good question. I know you can't keep...
Yeah, you can keep octopus.
Well,
you can take octopus.
Yeah, but you can't keep finfish that you catch out of your hoop net. So even if you bring up a sculpin that's of legal size, if you caught it in a net, not in your rod, you're not allowed to.
Okay.
So I don't know about...
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wish I had an answer.
You're not supposed to.
You're not.
You're not supposed to keep anything that you catch in a hoop net besides the lobster.
That's
the
crab.
way the law reads.
Lobster and crab.
But then again, you're not supposed to speed on the freeway.
Did you really say that? Did you really
carry around with you guys, right?
Erase that part of the tape.
So what if you catch an octopus on a rod and reel? Are you allowed to keep it?
I believe so. I don't think there's a size limit or anything, but I'm told that you're not allowed to keep the bycatch in the hoop nets. They're designed strictly to catch lobster.
Lobster and crab.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
And you were going to say, Ricky?
Well, you were Bill. You were mentioning about getting a photo of the website. One thing that I would do, and I know, trust me, probably at some point because of the time that I loaded up, I thought the same thing. It's it's just for my kids or whatever. Get an Instagram account. It's super easy to do. I almost guarantee the phone that you have in your pocket has probably got a screen and a smartphone. And if you get Instagram, we do not a perfect job, but a pretty darn good one of taking a photo of the guests in the studio every week on Instagram, or certainly, every couple times a month. We're pretty good about forgetting about it sometimes. But on Instagram, we do a thing all the time, little screenshot in the studio, and it'll just pop right up on your account. It's super easy to do, and then you'll be able to help put a face to the name.
In fact, I'm shooting an
There you go.
Instagram photo right now. It's going to be up on our Instagram, which is Hookup1090 Instagram. Check it out. You'll be able to see the smiling face.
And then
Dave Hansen.
when you go to hookup1090.com, in the top right-hand corner, you'll see there's a little thing. There's like 4 or 5 little icons, and they're just one quick little links. It'll take you right to the Instagram page, the Facebook page, a YouTube channel, whatever it may be. It's just you can jump right on the website. You can check out who the guest is, and then after the fact, you can click on the Instagram and check out a little photo.
There it is. So go to Instagram right now, hookup1090.com, and you'll see Dave's smiling face.
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot for the ideas. Good ones.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for the call.
Hey, phone lines are still just packed up, but if you want to get through during the last portion of the show, there is room for you. 858-457-1090. That's the local number. We do have a toll-free line open as well. That one's 877-792-1090. Jim in Palm Desert. You're going to be up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Jim.
Thanks for calling us from Palm Desert, Jim.
Hi, how are you all?
Great.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year to you.
Notice that the captain there is sponsored by Okuma, and lately I've been fishing all my life, just like everybody there on your show, and notice that Okuma is putting out an awful lot of good product. Bought their little Avenger 15 trout reel, their SLV fly reel, and the Avenger ABF 80B baitcaster for the type of spin fishing people are now doing in the salt these days. And if there's anybody out there that's starting an arsenal and wants to get a lot of bang for your buck and get a lot of equipment for your money, it seems I went through the entire Okuma website and rods, reels. It seems you can't go wrong with any of it, and it's all very, very well priced, it seems.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, if you go on the internet YouTube channel and look for that Avenger ABF series, I did a really cool video. It's on YouTube about how that is the go-to on every single guide trip that I go on. I bring those because I don't know how my guys fish, but I know that if they have one of those in their hand, they got a chance to be able to cast. And it's super important to cast in Southern California. So I always bring a couple of those ABFs, and they're like a little bulletproof reel. They're small, they're compact, but they handle the punch and they catch a phenomenal amount of fish on them, and they have that bait feeder deal on it, so it makes it real easy for me to be handling 4 or 5 people in the cockpit, and I know when you get a bite because I hear that alarm go off. And I just tell you to turn the handle.
There you
Randall.
go.
Turn the handle, Randall.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Good questions.
Absolutely. Jeff in Costa Mesa, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy New Year to y'all.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Dave.
Hey.
I was just wondering, I've fished with you years and years and years ago, everything else. I love how you teach, your clients about having some respect and all that. Do you ever go on the big boats and try to teach those captains a little bit of that?
Yeah, there's a phenomenal amount of really good captains out there running sport boats today. You just have to remember, the etiquette has left the building. And so you've got to think these guys that are running these sport boats, man, they are just getting pounded all day long by the private boats. And if someone made a mistake and actually did something that they weren't supposed to do, you got to remember, man, they are just getting pounded day after day after day after day after day by the private boats. And it might not have been you, but you get pounded enough by enough guys over and over and over again, and there's no etiquette anymore. I mean, You watch Ryan down there on the San Diego. He's got 45 or 50 skiffs following him all day long. The moment he tries to just put the motors in idle, they're on top of him. They just jump on top of him. Brian Woolley, another perfect example on the Sun Fun up there. And that just wears on you day after day after day. These guys they're not a-holes. They're just trying to make a living, and it just gets harder and harder and harder with the more private boaters out there. So
and then you have to deal with sea lions and the other factors.
Yeah, and then the people on the boat think you're God, and you got to produce fish, and they think you don't care. And the guys that are driving those sport boats care more about catching fish than anybody on the planet.
No question about it.
Truth.
And they're really good captains. You just got to understand, man, they're just getting beat up on every single side. And if somebody did something that you didn't think was right, you need to play the tape all the way through and look, because there's not a lot of captains running boats that shouldn't be. Those guys work their butts off to get their captain's license. They got etiquette. They know what they're doing, but you just got to understand what's going on out there.
Now,
give them a break.
When Dave runs a boat, are you in disguise so people don't follow you?
No, I'm on a different boat every day, except for the big boat. On the big boat, the Wild and Sack, everybody knows the boat. It's got a 30-foot tower. They see me at the bait dock. And they watch which way I'm going, and it's tough, but it is what it is. I mean, as soon as I stop, you want to get as close as you can anyway, because you know we're going to be killing.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for the call.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out what Lucky Guy, speaking of Akuma's, got himself a brand new combo, that Komodo level line and Shadow Stalker rod. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 1090.
Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing. Are you aware that Fisherman's Landing has the finest charter boat fleet on the West Coast? We have charter boats from 50 to 85 feet in length and can accommodate charter groups from 8 to over 50 passengers. If you are planning to book a charter this year, I wouldn't wait too long. With the outstanding fishing that we've had the past 2 seasons, prime fishing dates for 2016 are already disappearing. If you have never booked a charter before, all you have to do is contact a few fishing buddies, pick a date, and call the landing. Our office crew will make booking your charter a breeze. If your group is from 8 to 14 anglers, the Bluefin, Pacific Quest, or Maximus would be perfect. If you have 15 to 35 fishermen, check out the Pacific Dawn, Fortune, Commander, Islander, or the Pegasus. You can also charter our open party boats, Dolphin, Prowler, Condor, and Pacific Queen. Don't allow your prime fishing date to slip away. Charter one of Fisherman's Landing's premier boats for a spring yellowtail trip or a summer or fall offshore tuna trip. You will be happy you did. You can find find us at www.fishermanslanding.com or call us at 619-221-8500 to book your fishing charter.
This is Captain Art Taylor of the 95-Foot Searcher. Team Searcher would like to thank all of our great customers for their support in our fantastic 2015 season. The Searcher has a fantastic crew, great food, air-conditioned cabins and galley, satellite TV, and an RSW system to preserve your catch. Our 2016 schedule is out, so don't miss the boat. Book your trip online at searchersportfishing.com or call Celia and Jen at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403.
Hey, this is Captain Paul Hebert from the Wicked Pisser. My brother Bruce and I make a living catching giant bluefin tuna. In fact, I wouldn't even go fishing with any other sunglasses than Maui Jim. Put a pair of Maui Jims on and instantly the glare is gone, the UV that can damage your eyes is gone, the ocean's true colors come shining through like never before. And with more contrast and clarity, you can see the bluefin at that critical time. Take it from me. Try a pair at your local tackle shop or check out MauiJim.com. You won't believe your eyes.
Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. All right, the winner of that killer Akuma Komodo level line reel and Shadow Stalker rod combo is going to Lou in Fullerton. Lou, congratulations. I hope you love your new outfit.
Yeah, you're going to love it. And I want to thank guys at Akuma for that, and thank Dave Hansen for yet again another comic relief session here for the last 2 weeks, 2 hours.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and of course, thank you very much for doing such a great job on that fishdope.com. Don't forget, if you don't have fishdope.com, hook up now, small letters, all one word, is your $20 code to get fishdope.com for the rest of the year. And then you get to see what Dave's doing for the rest of the year every single day, every hour of the day.
Absolutely. And I use it tremendous because, like I said earlier, I'm on a different harbor every day. It's hard for me to keep the pulse, but Danny has got his pulse. Finger on the pulse of every harbor, so I just call Danny, what's going on, or I just read Fish Dope on the way out of the harbor to find out where I should go that day out of that harbor.
Yeah, for sure. Now, if somebody wants to take you on their boat, wants to go fishing on that big 65-foot Hatteras, you kidding me?
Give me a call at 949-374-0786. I'll be more than happy to help you in any way possible, and if you want to charter the boat, you can call me in and we'll do that. Whatever you want to do, I'm in 100%. And if you want to buy a boat, I'm doing that now, too. You see them on my website. Commercial and leisure yachts. We're selling yachts now. We're doing it all. We're just trying to keep our finger on the pulse.
And the website is?
Your saltwaterguide.com.
All right. Very good. Thanks, Dave, and thank you for listening for the first 2 shows of 2016. We'll be back for a couple more next Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, great show with Captain Bruce Smith from the Fortune. Going to be a superb show with him. And then next Sunday, it's that special mystery guest. We know.
I'm excited.
We know, but you won't know until you check it out on the website during the week this week at hookup1090.com. Want to thank Ryan on the phones, Adam on the board. Thanks for listening, for all of you. We'll see you next week right back here on the Mighty 1090.